self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
And we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another wonderful, fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And you can find me at Red_Calamity. Also, we're still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist, and send it to us that way. And I think we have a letter this week. Well, it was from last week, but
we do have one from last week from Nikki. All right. Greetings, y'all. I have to hear y'all discuss the following topics. 1, Gorilla Glue Girl just messing up Black History Month. 2, the Silhouette Challenge. 3, Valentine's Day. 4, Utah versus Black History Month. 5, dating/relationships during a pandemic. Thanks a bunch, Nikki.
okay, so Gorilla Glue Girl. This is, since this began, it's just become so many things. Okay, first of all, let me say I saw a video, I think Friday, where she was being interviewed. She said she never said she was gonna sue Gorilla Glue. She says she's very aware that she did that to herself and that the company was not at fault, and then she don't know where that came from. She never said that. So, because I was gonna go in on her, okay, about that, because the thing about it is, Gorilla Glue is very well known for being a very good adhesive industrial strength glue, okay? And just because you run out of your your regular hair glue that you use in your weave does not mean that you go and just get shit out of your hardware container and use it. And that's exactly what she did. So, like, the fuck you thought was gonna happen? Like, I didn't feel bad for her. I really don't think a GoFundMe should have been created. Like, this is just stupid. She's like 40 years old, and it was just dumb. Like, she did something dumb. That's just what it is. But like, she got so much out of that. Like, I mean, she lost hair, obviously, but like, interviews, she became verified on TikTok. They did this huge GoFundMe to help her out, and I don't like when stupidity is rewarded, because what ended up happening is there's a guy who said he didn't believe it. Like, he thought, she was doing it for clout or whatever. And he decided to glue a Solo cup to his mouth to prove that it was an over-exaggeration. And turns out it wasn't. I haven't even been following what happened with him, because at that point, I was like, I don't give a fuck anymore. So I don't even know what happened with him. The last I heard, there was a possibility that he was gonna have to have part of his top lip removed for them to get the cup off. And again, don't feel bad. Like, stupidity should not be rewarded, because when it is, you just have other people who want to do stupid shit to see if they can get a reward. Like, it's dumb. And I mean, yes, both of them was in their 40s, it looked like, and should have known better. And I ain't feel bad for her. I didn't. Like, from the first time I saw the video, I was just like, who the fuck put Gorilla Glue in their hair? Like, you get that shit from Home Depot. There's nothing in Home Depot that you should be putting in your hair, period. Just isn't. Don't understand. Don't get it.
So, yeah, the dude with the red Solo cup ended up having to go to the hospital to get that shit removed. I just don't understand why somebody wouldn't believe it. Why wouldn't you believe it and then try something yourself, like on your own skin,
on your mouth, not even in a finger, or like he had the cup over his mouth in a way that until it was removed, he wasn't gonna be able to eat or nothing. Like,
it makes no sense. It's like we keep leveling up and discovering people with new stupidities. Like, and maybe he felt like he could get some of the attention she was getting. I mean, people were showing her out on Instagram, and she got to the city to get the job done, and Mercedes-Benz gave her a car rental, and all of these different things and the attention that she got. Like, maybe he thought he could hijack that or something. But
Which is
no, I
why
mean,
stupidity should not be rewarded. Like, and again, I just didn't think. I mean, she figured it out. She would have figured it out. She'd have got it done. Like, I don't see shit like that and then be like, oh, we need to donate money to her and like help. Like, no, no, learn from this. I don't know.
how unknowing and hood rich do you have to be to just tell yourself that spray equals spray? Like, she ran out of sheen and was like, you know what, this stuff spray, it come out the same way as that other can. I'm gonna use this. Ma'am, why? This just that stupid shit. She put Gorilla Glue in her damn head.
She did.
Now, it was a surgeon who did his thing. He got her hair back.
He did. Cause I honestly thought she was gonna have to be bald. Like, that's what I thought was gonna have to happen. Like, I didn't even think when I saw her come out of it with hair, I was like, bitch, you lucky as fuck. Cause I really thought that she was finna be out here in this good winter we having right now with all the snow everywhere with a bald head. That's what I thought was finna
I
happen.
thought it was gonna be worse. Because by the time we saw the video, she had already been like that for a while.
She said it
I
was a
thought they
month.
was gonna have to. Yeah, I thought they was gonna have to take her whole scalp off like a damn. She done got her ass scalped like a Native American. Then took an axe to her head, and I thought they was gonna have to pull it off, and her bone was just gonna be showing up there some shit. That's what I thought. It looked bad. That's what I thought it was
Like
gonna
a
be.
helmet. It made her hair. It did what it's supposed to fucking do. The glue works. That was the best advertisement for Gorilla Glue ever. Like, that shit works. You
And their
want to stick
sales done
some
went
shit
up like
together?
crazy since this
Hell
shit too.
yeah, cause it work. You
I
got
don't know
some
why
stuff
people didn't
around
know Gorilla Glue worked already, but you know how our society is. A bunch
the
of motherfuckers probably done bought this shit to test this shit out on some dumb shit and videos and shit.
house.
Probably ain't got nothing to do. Oh wow, I've been using Elmer's. Let me go Gorilla. No, it's some old dumb shit. That's what it is.
Man,
It makes no sense
it was just so bad.
at
And
all.
I hope that's over with. I think at this point it's kind of died down. Hopefully nobody else try this shit and glue nothing up. Like, people don't glue shit to you. Like, I'm sad that this has to be said. Don't glue things to your body parts. Adults. Like, I feel like this is some shit that teenagers should have been a Tide Pod shit. It should have been that age group. Y'all in y'all 40s. Like, y'all don't know no better. Still, like, the fuck? It's glue. And he used Gorilla Glue make a bunch of different stuff. They make like electrical tape. Like, Gorilla Glue has a whole line of like sticking shit together kind of stuff. He used the super glue version. When he glued the cup to his lip, the package that he had, that was super glue. She at least had the spray adhesive. He put fucking super glue on a cup and put it on his mouth.
You know, this brings up two different kinds of stupid. You got, accidental stupid, which is what hers was. It wasn't malicious. It didn't have no intent. She just didn't have the sense to know that she shouldn't use some kind of spray glue in her hair because it's a spray. And then you got intentional stupid, which is what the red solo cup dude did. That's the worst kind of stupid to me.
It is.
Now, don't get me wrong. That accidental stupid is the shit that can get you killed real fast. that unintentional innocent stupid, it can get you fucked up real big real fast. But that accidental stupid, it won't get you killed, but people have a lot less sympathy for you.
Yes. Because I sure didn't had none. I saw that shit. It enraged me when I saw that GoFundMe and shit. I was like, for what? Are you fucking kidding me? I wish I would donate to this shit. Like, no, ma'am. I'm sorry. Learn from this. Don't do it again. But I'm not giving you my money.
For either one of them?
For neither one of them. I wouldn't donate for neither one of them. It's just stupid. Because I still, even though hers was accidental, it's still like Gorilla Glue. Like you really, and she sprayed that shit a lot to get it flat like it was. She sprayed a lot of that shit on and like brushed it down. I didn't feel bad for her. Like I didn't feel like she deserved to go for me. I didn't. I was upset about that. Stop rewarding stupidity. Let natural selection do its thing. If people supposed to get taken out, let them get taken out.
That's not how our world works today. Nobody lets natural selection win.
Should let natural selection just happen. You're gonna be out here doing foolishness. You just ain't meant to be here. The fuck.
Nobody lets natural selection win because ever since they started putting warnings on stuff like bathtub appliances, like just general appliances, don't use near a bathtub. Okay, they've been trying to save fools for a long time because of liability and business. If it wasn't no such thing as business and liability, a whole bunch of people would have got kicked out of the gene pool. But no, they give warning signs and stuff, and there's some people who don't listen.
They don't heed the warning because Gorilla Glue got a warning on it that said don't use it on your skin. Like it has the regular warning that most industrial strength adhesives have. She still just did what the fuck she wanted to do. And let me just say this, and this is no shade to anybody that wears eyelashes. Okay, that's your business. Do you, girl. However, I cannot stand the eyelashes that look like fans. Like them shits that like they saying hello to you before the bitch even get to where you at. Like I hate it. And she consistently throughout this has had them fucking eyelashes on. I think the only time I've seen images of her that she had them big ass eyelashes on was during the time that they were trying to save her hair. Like even the video I saw of her talking about how she wasn't trying to sue Gorilla Glue. The biggest lashes she could possibly find. And I have worn eyelashes before. And like regular eyelashes, the ones that like are more like your natural, like they're uncomfortable. Okay, you can tell they on your eyes. I can't even imagine what the fuck them flutters feel like. Those things are huge, like butterfly wings on your eyes. That has to be uncomfortable. I hate when I see that. I can't. It irks my soul. It really does. I hate it. Looks stupid.
Mm.
What was the second
She just
one?
want to keep extra sun out her eyes.
I'm sure it works. Shit.
And flies.
And don't nothing get
mosquitoes.
under there, cause those shits is huge.
Yeah, so Gorilla Girl is is meeting this threshold of people caring about it.
Yeah.
But at least we know that if somebody stupidly put some glue in their hair that they can get it fixed, number one. Number two, we also know that you shouldn't do that. Number three, we should have known that you shouldn't do that, but you know what? Some people just ain't got it. Some people was in the special ed class. Okay? And if you were in the special ed class and you grew into your intelligence or you found out what you were smart at and capitalized on it, then no offense against that class. But if you were somebody in special ed who is still special ed as an adult, then just know you got to pay attention. Ask people questions. Ask people, hey, y'all, I'm doing my hair. Can I use this stuff to help smooth down my edges? If you want to smooth them down for a month straight and need surgery to get that shit out, yeah. But otherwise, then don't worry about it.
Stupid.
Next part of that letter is the silhouette challenge.
I mean, I don't
How do
have
you
a
feel
problem.
about sexy challenges?
I don't really care. I watched a few of them. It gets weird when they be young. Like that's kind of icky. Like when I hear the music play and I see somebody on my screen that look like they shouldn't be doing it, I immediately continue swiping because that shit is odd as fuck. But I mean, look, my issue with the silhouette challenge has been that people have been have found ways to remove the to remove the filter to see people naked or whatever they decided, because like it's just a filter over them. So you remove the filter, you can see whatever they actually had on or didn't have on. I think it's fucked up that somebody did that.
Man, you got to be careful with this stuff on the internet, man. But it's like clearly the silhouette challenge is um a sensual offering from the sexy people of the world to people who like that sensualness. You know, it's like, oh, the tease. The tease is the experience. Somebody said the tease ain't enough.
The fuck?
I want to see them naked. And they started to figure out how to do that shit. And they took the filter off of some of these people and had these people out here naked, which I guess goes to show that, like, that's going to limit the next time somebody do some challenges.
Yeah.
You know, sexy challenges. And I like the sexy challenges. Busted challenge, the silhouette challenge. I like all of them things. You know, but I take it for what it is. Like, people who wouldn't normally do these things, you know, do it in a tasteful way. Some people who do all this stuff all the time did it in a way that shows you, you know, how they, you know, look in a different, you know, kind of light. But people out here are always trying to mess shit up for other folks.
Yeah.
That's just the reality.
That was my largest issue with it.
A bus driver did it, got his ass fired. He did it on his bus.
Oh, sir.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, I mean,
Gotta be careful.
you can't get butt ass naked on your bus during COVID times, and this man know when to put his cheeks all over this damn bus, and folks driving in it tomorrow. Like, that man walked right into work like do 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 do. And they said, Todd, bring your ass over here. Is this you? Did you get butt ass naked on this bus? Just answer the goddamn quick. Did you get butt ass naked on this bus? Well, I ain't get butt ass naked, but you're fired. You're fired. It don't matter. You're fired, motherfucker. Turn your keys in. Good luck finding a job in this city. We're going to tell everybody on your goddamn reference call, that you get butt naked on the bus. Now, bye. Travel related positions are out of the question for this motherfucker.
Yeah.
What else happened with the silhouette challenge? You know, Chloe from Chloe and Halle?
Yeah. Let's talk about Chloe from Chloe and Halle. Y'all need to leave that fucking girl alone. You hear me? Listen. Okay. I just have such a huge issue with people. And I've always had this problem. Even when I was a kid, like, I hate when people act like they ain't never been young and don't want to let people just be fucking young. That girl is what, like 21, 22 maybe? Okay. Mm-hmm. Super young, has had body image issues, and now she feeling herself and want to show her body off some. I don't see the problem. Like, it don't bother me. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all had your head on the floor, ass in the air, you know, dancing to back that ass up. But you want to let her be. Just let her be. It ain't been a big deal to me. It was a little shocking just because she's part of Chloe and Halle and they've been real, like, innocent. And I think that's another thing. Like, when people grow up or they come into the limelight with that kind of image, they be wanting to break. Look at all of the child stars you see that go out of their way to, like, Miley Cyrus is a perfect example. She went too far, but trying to, like, shake that whole, like, Disney kind of shit, and that's just what she doing. Like, I don't know why everybody was so up in arms about it, and, like, I didn't get it. You know, she's 22. Go ahead, okay.
First off, she is attractive. She is sexy. I like how she looked. I like how she put together. Now, she's out of my age range in terms of people I would pursue. Legally I could pursue her, but she's 21, 22. I'm 36. That's but a person of age who chooses to put their sales on their platform like that, I'm not opposed to just giving it a check, checking it out. But yeah, a lot of people. First off, she came out and was like, I ain't the one on no Disney contract. That's my sister.
Exactly.
So she probably has not been doing this shit because imagine how limited her life has been because her sister on that contract.
And they shared an Instagram. Like, now that they've split their Instagrams out and it's no longer shared, she could do whatever she wants and it not impact Hallie, because I think that is why she hadn't been doing it before. But they split their Instagrams out, and now she can do whatever she want to do. And Hallie, when Hallie's done with being Ariel, who's to say that she won't? Right now she under contract, so Disney be real ridiculous about that image shit.
I mean, Chloe ain't doing nothing but taking a page out of Beyonce's book.
It's exactly the same.
That's all she doing. She's just doing it publicly. That little dance that she did just look like some shit Beyonce will do in a show. I mean, Destiny's Child pulled 3 guys out the audience to do lap dances with one time. I mean, it ain't like that ain't a part of the culture. Really the culture of women for men in our society, I guess. If women, I've been using this example lately, but if it was Christina Columbus instead of Christopher Columbus, or like Rick and Morty Raising Resort where women took over society, wouldn't even be no lap dances. Women wouldn't do that shit to men. Women wouldn't be doing shit to placate or please men when it comes to sexually. We might be the sexualized beings. But then again, maybe not, because I also been asking the question, if black people took over, what do y'all think would happen? Like, would we do the same thing to white people? Would we have done the same thing to white people? And everybody answer no. Like, all the black people I ask say, no, we wouldn't have did the same thing, because black people have been over to the Americas before. Black people have visited Native Americans before. If they would do the shit white people did, they would have did it then. Yeah. Black people. That's why the Native Americans were so welcoming, because they had met all these different brown cultures before, and was like, all these motherfuckers nice. When people come over here, they be nice, and here come white people. They was like, oh, they look different. They look like they not gonna last in the sun, but hey, let's give them a chance. And then they had, the Thanksgiving, the dinner. It's like they was tricking their ass. They was like, this food ain't got no seasoning on it, but they nice. They at least offer food. They made food and stuff. I don't know why they don't put no salt on it, pepper, crack some herbs. I don't know why they don't do that. Or just herbs. That's all. They no salt, just herbs. Motherfucker won't put salt or pepper in their dressing, but they'll put some damn sage in that shit. That sage ain't enough by itself. And so the Native Americans, they were nice. They ate the shit, and then Pilgrims was like, here you go, some blankets. Chicken flock of blankets. Fuck them up. And then they was like, I think we got sick from these white people. And then they found out that it was a strategy to kill their ass, and now we had to have a war. Come on, man. That's how the shit happened. But I don't think black people would have done that shit.
I don't think so either.
From the jump. And I don't think women would have created a society like men have created. So maybe there wouldn't be such a big power dynamic in terms of, physical power, purchasing power, political power, and sexual power. I think it would have been balanced. It's like you gave the wrong motherfucker power. It's like the teacher left the room and could have gave the sensible motherfucker the chalk to take names, but they gave the bully ass nigga the chalk, who only got 3 other bully ass friends, and he wrote everybody's name on the board and threatened to beat their ass after school. That's America. That's who fucked around and founded America. That's white people. They did that shit, and it's stupid. But it is what it is. Silhouette challenge was cool. Waiting to see the next challenge, but people gonna fuck it up. But hey, if you like them challenges, don't and you want to do one, don't do it with a filter, man. Figure out how to do that lighting shit yourself,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
I mean, you just
Or
put a
don't be
source of
straight
light.
butt naked under that thing.
Yeah, you can just put it because Chloe did not use the filter. She like had her room lit up in a way, right? It wasn't a
And,
filter.
and she just didn't even really do the challenge. She just did a
No,
little dance, but it was amidst that time.
yeah.
So 3, Valentine's Day.
I don't give a fuck.
But what about in the past?
Never have given a fuck.
Like, do women sit? You don't, but like, think about your friends and shit. Do they like just sit there on like the week of Thanksgiving and be like, "Girl, it or not Thanksgiving, fuck Valentine's Day," and say, talking about pilgrims and shit, Valentine's Day and say, "Oh, girl, I don't know what he gonna do." Like anxiety about what's gonna happen and what they might do.
Not none of my friends. But I think there are women that do. Like there are women that make Valentine's Day a big deal, and if you don't do something for them, they get very upset. I'm just not one of those women. I don't really give a fuck because one, I don't like going out on Valentine's Day because it's crowded and it's a lot of people, and I don't like people. I'm beginning to learn about myself. And not in like a big ass setting where it's large groups of people at once, people that I don't know. So I don't want to go out on Valentine's Day. I'd rather do something at the house if we're going to do something at all. Cause it's just a day. It's one day. Like it ain't never been a big deal to me. Like maybe high school it was more of a big deal just because you show your little shit off to your friends that you got. So it still wasn't even about the day. It was just about not wanting to be out here looking like nobody gave a fuck about me. I think that was probably the last time I cared about Valentine's Day. Like I just don't care. It's just
So you did care, but you lost it.
yeah. Yeah. Like by the time I got to college, meh.
Bro, the sun is shining on my camera, and I don't know what the fuck to do to change it.
I was wondering what happened. It looked like you got the heat ray on. It's like when you have a heat sensor.
Yeah, man, this sun, it just the way that it's rising, it's just beaming into this motherfucker.
That's so funny.
You're just gonna have to let it go over.
I just see white, but yeah, like it's never been
like
a big
America.
deal to me.
I just see white. I'm sorry, keep going.
But yeah, it's not. I mean, Valentine's Day ain't never really been no big deal to me. Even when I'm in a relationship, which I have not been in a relationship on Valentine's Day, and God knows how. Like I really don't know. Let me say this though. So I was, and I'm not anymore. I guess it just fell off. But I went out with somebody the week before Valentine's Day. So I don't know how this is supposed to go. I went out with him the week before Valentine's Day. This is the first time we ever went out, right? Everybody kept asking me, like, so are y'all going to do something Valentine's Day? Do you expect him to do? We just went out for the first time last week. Why would I expect him to do shit? Like, that would be crazy to me, wouldn't it? For me to be like, well, we went out last week. It's Valentine's Day. Where's my Valentine's Day gift? He don't even know me well enough to get me anything other than some cliche shit, which I don't like the cliche shit because flowers die and I don't eat chocolate. And all of the candy be chocolate except for them nasty powdery ass hearts. So he would only have been able to do cliche shit because he don't know me well enough yet. So, but everybody kept asking me like, do you expect? Like, why would I? Do people do that? Is that a thing? Do people expect if they go out with you around Valentine's Day, even if y'all are just getting acquainted, that you're supposed to like do something? Is that a thing?
I think you can. I think for women who may care about Valentine's Day, it will give you a burst of points with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a strategical thing. Like do some light shit. Just buy him a little goddamn candy heart thing and just give it to him. I mean, who cares?
But I haven't
Who
even
cares what
talked
the
to him.
fuck you do?
talk to him anymore, so it's a mute point. But
Well, I mean, it don't matter, man. I don't like Valentine's Day. I never liked Valentine's Day, but I at some point remembered that this is valuable to some people. And it's just another opportunity to show your affection and like towards a person, love towards a person. And I don't have to like the holiday to take that opportunity to show a person that I care about them in the way that I want to let them know that I care about them.
True.
And I remember in one of my past relationships, I was like, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. And, I'm relatively charismatic, at least compared to their personalities. They were like, okay, if you say it, then it's okay. But I sent them girls out into a world where people was doing stuff for their partners for Valentine's Day and for their friends. Yeah. And I sent them out there for them to tell their friends, oh, Mr. On Point don't believe in Valentine's Day. So we're not celebrating it. And they was like, this old fuck boy. Like, that's what happened. This fuck nigga got my friend out here sad she ain't getting no flower. Let's go buy her some flowers. Let's go buy her some candy ourselves so she don't gotta feel bad because this nigga don't like Valentine's Day. But it make me remember Andre 3000 had a song on his album called Valentine's Day. And, his album The Love Below, which is a classic.
It is.
For me, it was a transition from a eligible bachelor falling in love by the end of the track. And Valentine's Day was about song number 5. And then at the end, like, they had a ballad with women saying, fuck that Valentine, fuck that Valentine, fuck that Valentine's Day. Then Andre 3000 come in with that, fuck that Valentine's Day. And they just kept going. I was like, yeah, fuck that Valentine's Day. He got me hyped up about that shit the wrong way. But, I feel like you can use it as a tool for your current relationship to show a person that you care about. You can use it as a tool for a new relationship to show a person that, you want to invest something into the interaction. You can use it as a tool to let a motherfucker know that you don't care no more. Say, like, I ain't doing shit. They always talk about the cuffing season and shit where motherfuckers break up before Valentine's Day and shit. Like, man, it ain't like you got to do that much. They say Michael B. Jordan rented out an aquarium for Lori Harvey because she liked turtles.
Yep.
And went there. And I don't know, my crazy brain, the first thing I asked was, but what if she's like terrified of whales? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if she's definitely afraid of dolphins but like turtles? Like, what if she see a turtle first and be happy and then pass out because she saw a dolphin or some shit? I was like, what? Do he really know enough about her for this? And is this rich dude shit? Like, did she give hints? You know what I'm saying? Or do she have some like turtle earrings? And he was like, oh, she must fuck with turtles. I'm gonna rent out this aquarium.
You ain't seen what? That's her nickname.
No, I don't know nothing about the shit. All I know is I seen a post calling Michael B. Jordan a simp, along with Russell Wilson, who we'll talk about soon.
Her nickname is it for him? They both got nicknames for each other. I fucking forget. I know one of them's nickname is Turtle, and I'm sure there's some little story behind it. I think it's his nickname for her, maybe. I really don't know. But yeah, that's where the turtle shit come from. It's a nickname. So I'm sure there's a story behind how that became a nickname. But I don't know. What is the other nickname? Is Turtle? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I can't remember. But I feel like he did that. Like, I feel like that's something he came up with because she liked turtles. Like, I highly doubt. Because how do you hint? I want you to rent out the aquarium and it just be honest. Like, how you throw a hint for that? Like, I feel like that's something he came up with. Like, he was like, you know what? She like nature and turtles, and I'm gonna make this real special by us being the only ones there. And have a dinner and everything at the aquarium because she liked turtles. I think he came up with that. I don't think she hinted it because I don't even know how you would hint that shit. That'd be
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so what I'm saying is like you got to know that that person like all of the sea creatures.
you
Otherwise, you're
can
gonna get them a panic attack.
avoid. You could just not go to whatever section. It's an aquarium. You ain't gotta walk all over.
But he don't. But then she got to tell him on the spot. She got to be like, "Oh, I appreciate this sentiment, but I'm definitely afraid of beluga whales.
Okay,
So we
so you
need
just
to avoid that section."
yeah, you just don't go
She
over
might
there.
not do that. She might not do that. She might just have a panic attack on the
Why
day.
would
Oh
she
yeah, listen. I'm just
be
saying.
afraid of beluga whale? Okay. Anyhow, what
It could
about
be
Russell Wilson?
anything, man. People scared of shit.
I know, but like, no, that's not enough of a reason for him to have not done it. You and your brain. What about Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson got caught up in being called a simp because he basically said that he don't want to lose his wife.
That's what the fuck he's
And
supposed to say.
it's like the way people interpreted it is through the lens of Sierra going to another dude, the way she went from Future to Russell.
Oh my
So the way
god.
these kind of red pill fake alpha men looked at it was, well, Sierra might leave you at any time because women be bullshitting, and because you stand with a woman that might leave you, you a simp. And it's crazy because yes, you supposed to say the shit he said.
You supposed to
And
feel that
so
shit.
and so then it brought out all of these dudes who was like, women don't want a Russell Wilson. They want a Future to act like Russell Wilson. And I'm looking at Future and I'm like, what? Like, nigga was literally the football star of his team. And then they got, and then the other people fighting against the argument got pictures of Future up when he was in high school versus pictures of Russell Wilson up when he was in high
sure there
school.
was a
Literally nobody
substantial
wanted.
difference.
Yeah, it said literally nobody wanted Future's lame ass when he was in high school. And he looked horrible in high school. He looked like a lame nigga. I'm pretty sure he was cool. I'm pretty sure he had weed on him. I'm pretty sure he was, fucking joking and doing hood shit while he was in school. And so people revered him or was scared of him. But that nigga looked terrible in high school. He looked like the nigga that got his ass whooped weekly.
He
I'm
ain't
sure he
attracted
didn't, but
to
he
me now.
looked like it.
He ain't attracted to me now. I don't know. I've never understood the hype. Honestly, he
That's
don't
why
do
he
it for
always
me.
wear them glasses. That man don't like his eyes. He don't like his eyes. You can tell when a person accessorize some shit over their body features, it's clearly they don't like that shit. And he wear them glasses all the time, just like Aaliyah had that little motherfucking hair over her eyes. She didn't like that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
If you get married to somebody, losing them should be a fear of yours. And it shouldn't be the fear of losing them to somebody else, just in general. It's a whole motherfucking panoramic, as people been saying, out here killing people. Like, what? That doesn't. How is that? The toxicity of it all.
Yeah, but they did the same thing. They did the same thing. It's crazy. Y'all would have to get into it and see what it's talking about or whatever.
What was the next one?
The next one is oh, hold on, let me finish up on Valentine's Day. So I did, because of that, I celebrate Valentine's Day, regardless of how I feel about it. Is that not at this point? It's not like that I hate it. I'm just neutral to it. It's just a corporate holiday thing, but you can't use it as a tool. Use it. Use a Valentine's Day. I used to say, I show my affection throughout the year, so why would I have to show my affection Valentine's Day? Why do I need a special day to tell me to do it? Just do the shit, man. Just do it. It ain't hard. You ain't got to spend a bunch of money. You ain't got a Michael B. Jordan that shit. You ain't got no money. You broke. Do something simple. Token of affection. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. Something that I did for my partner while we were long distance. All right. You go on Amazon and just put in message pills. Basically, you can buy a whole bunch of little pills for $12, $13 that come in these little pirate ship looking jars, right? Got a cork on the top. And inside of every one of those little pills is a piece of paper that you can unroll, write a handwritten note on, roll it back up, put it in the pill. I did that shit for, I think, 65 of them things.
God damn.
Oh, it was tedious as fuck. But
It sounds like it.
yeah, but those of you who have partners that have acts of service, not acts of service. Which one is it? It's not acts of service. It's words of affirmation. Any of y'all that have a partner that has words of affirmation as their love language, that shit right there is priceless. It costs $12. Like, do something simple. And it helps to know your love language, your partner's love language too. But you don't got to spend a bunch of money on Valentine's Day. Just show your person that you care about them through the means that you show your partner that you care about them. Through their love language. Well, whatever your budget is.
Yeah,
you have to make us some breakfast.
I would much rather a gift that shows that you know me than some cliche shit. Like, again, flowers and candy don't do it for me because you get that for every bitch. So, try harder.
We talked about this before, though.
What?
Candy would not do it for Red. But if you bring her a box of chocolates and you got all red Starbursts in that motherfucker, that's different. You remember that conversation?
I do remember that conversation.
You remember that conversation? Like, fool her ass. You gotta fool Red. See, Red fuck with the highs and the lows. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get Red attention, you got to do something that's gonna make her mad, but it really fuck around and make her happy. And you ain't got that many opportunities to do shit like this. Valentine's Day is one of them. You can really show her that you know her. You know what I'm saying? Another thing for Red's future boyfriend, future husband, she'll find a lot of value in one day you just leaving her the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
This will be more often than not. Just leave her alone. Now she don't want you to be gone. She just don't want you to bother her. So don't disappear.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Be in the vicinity doing shit that you like. Go do a project. Play the game. Go check in on her twice that whole day. But without the idea of anything coming from it, just go check on her. And then you'll be good. You can get some results out of that.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is know your fucking person. Know your person. And Red, when you meet that person, give me his phone number so that I can make y'all's relationship work. All right, let's continue. Utah versus Black History Month. And I don't know if y'all heard about this story, but okay,
I didn't, so.
There's a Montessori. And you know what a Montessori school is?
No.
It's basically a school that has a different type of learning philosophy. They're normally kind of private schools. This one was not private. This one is, I think, a public Montessori school, but they have a particular ideology that focuses on the children's growth, and it focuses on the children's strengths in terms of how to create a person that is confident enough in doing whatever they want to do. It's got a different type of curriculum than public schools, basically. Okay. And it's basically fancy school for fancy people that want, they certain things for their children. And so the person who is the principal of the school is a Japanese American man. And what happened was a parent, so they came up with this Black History Month curriculum, like, hey, we finna have a Black History Month shit. And a parent or two came up and said, hey, I don't want my kids to participate in that Black History shit. Yeah, that's what happened. And so the school gave parents an opportunity to opt out of Black History Month. Now, listen, they wouldn't give the information of how many parents opted out, but they canceled that shit. They said all students will be participating in this shit. What that tells me, I think, is that so many people tried to opt out of the shit that they took it out as an option. Like they literally thought that it was going to be 5 parents that opted out of that shit. And I think that a lot of parents opted out of it. And the school flipped the script and just said, hey, nobody opting out of this shit because y'all some racist ass bitches. Dang. And basically the principal came out and said, hey, y'all, my parents were shipped off to internment camps during World War II. And y'all can wait, World War One. Which World War was the Japanese internment camps?
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me.
World War II was about Hitler. So World War One, Pearl Harbor, Hiroshima. That's World War One. And he talked about my parents have been through Japanese internment camps, and without those stories, we wouldn't know the struggles that brown people don't went through in our culture. And then one of the teachers, I think one of the teachers came out and said, hey, listen, black folks, we don't feel included in school curriculums. I mean, the only time they ever talk about black exclusively is when they talk about slavery and when they talk about civil rights. It's always through the lens of how we got fucked over and how we had to figure it out. There's nothing that gives white students an opportunity to find a positive image of black people. And so it's like Black History Month. Let's find some people to fucking celebrate instead of just say Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, Martin Luther King Jr. did some good shit before he got shot, and Harriet Tubman freed the slaves, but they don't want to tell motherfuckers she had a shotgun ready to blow some niggas away. You know, not only that, motherfuckers don't talk about Harriet Tubman having been a spy. You know what I'm saying? She did a lot more than just that Underground Railroad shit. She led some revolts on plantations by creating maps and shit of these plantations. But anyway, I wish I would have my kids at a school where they had to do this whole flip-flop wishy-washy shit. I would have went to that school and find out what the fuck happened, principal? Because y'all flipped the script on this shit. Like, y'all must have got a lot of requests for families not to participate. And it's like, are those families racist? Are those families political? Or do those families just don't want to get into that shit?
But it's we have a separate Black history because it's been the attempts to erase it. But it's a part of history and just like white people. I just really feel like white people don't like Black history because they don't like how it make them look. They don't want to talk about it.
I don't like it because I think they don't like it because another part of why they don't like it is because it ain't about them. I really feel like they want this shit to be about them.
Everything is about them. That's what's so fucked up. It's like, damn. And then even when y'all did give us a Black History Month, you did the shortest fucking month. Like, it's just so.
As soon as you tell white people, as soon as you bring up slavery, people are like, well, white people were enslaved too. What? Where the fuck that come from? Who? Don't nobody give a fuck about white people having been enslaved in the small numbers that they were enslaved, just so you could bring yourself into the conversation and say that you struggled somehow too.
It's so sad.
That's just bad, man. Just leave the shit alone. Look, just let motherfuckers with trauma have their trauma. It's like a motherfucker be like, I lost my grandma yesterday. You know, I lost both of my grandmas in the same month 2 years ago. You know, they stay trying to one up a motherfucker. Like, it's like, I gotta make this shit about me. And clearly, we can't cast a wide net over all white people, you know. But when this shit done happened, it's been white people for me.
Yeah.
It's like that one up shit, like one up syndrome or some shit. I don't know. It's like, I gotta make my shit worse than yours. You know.
I dated a guy who, anytime I would talk about like a bad day or some shit that I had going on, he would have to like up. And I think he thought it was being helpful. Like, it could be worse, but it really just pissed me off because it's like, the fuck that got to do with what I just said? I don't care. Let me have this moment. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is things could be worse.
I
Things
know
could be
that.
worse. Right now, that ain't what we fucking talking about, bro. Right
Not at
now, we're
all.
talking about my struggle. You know, that's what I got to do better at. Figuring out what to say to people that ain't counseling shit. I know what to say when it's come to a counselor.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what to say as a friend that's a counselor. Sometimes I just listen. And you know what? Sometimes I listen because I've intentionally told myself that, they probably just need to vent. I ain't gonna say nothing until they ask me for some input. Sometimes I don't even feel like saying shit, so I just listen. Sometimes
It's
be
a
like,
difficult dance.
yeah, you know, I'm gonna go and let you know, man. When I'm done with the conversation, I'll be like, man, that's fucked up. Damn, damn, that's crazy. Shit, bro, I didn't even know it was like that. You dealing with that shit? Man, I don't know what I do in that situation. Yeah, if you get about 5 of those in a row from me without me giving no input, then I'm done with the conversation. Don't mean I ain't listening, but if you were to end the conversation right in that minute, I'd be fine. That's all I'm saying. And this will come to bite me in my ass with any of y'all who listening who talk to me on the phone at some point. Last part of the letter: dating/relationships during a pandemic.
Man, listen. Oh gee.
Y'all could
What?
motherfucker could have said dating/relationships, period, for
Yeah.
our ass.
Um I honestly it has for me it really hasn't been much different because at the age that I'm at, I was doing like before COVID, I wasn't meeting people and out. Like I think if you were somebody that like went out a lot and you like just met people when you were out and about, it's that would impact like your dating. But like I was already doing online because I work and shit and I wasn't really going nowhere. So it really didn't change a whole lot for me. Um yeah, I mean you gotta be more careful instead of like just STDs and shit that you gotta make sure the motherfuckers ain't coughing and shit. But like, um, no, it hasn't really changed much for me because I already wasn't really like going out and stuff like, and I go out on dates so few and far in between that it don't really it didn't really change anything. Like without the pandemic, it probably still would have been February before I went on another date from last year when I was what was the truck driver? That was I don't even know what month that was. It was like the end of the summer maybe? Like July, August, somewhere in there. I don't even remember. It still would have been like that much of a time, like a distance between, so I don't fucking know. It ain't no different to me. But like I said,
Listen,
if
man,
you
get on social dating on websites. Get on Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, and just tell motherfuckers I ain't meeting your ass if you don't want to meet people to risk getting yourself some coronavirus. See, over here in Hawaii, everybody take this shit serious. Except for motherfucking travelers coming over here trying to do shit. There's a man that got arrested for trying to bribe the people once he got off the plane. He didn't have a coronavirus test, and so he told them that he'll give them $2,000 if they look the other way for him, and 3,000 if they look the other way for his lady. And they was like, bruh, shut the fuck up, man. Come get this nigga. They called the police on his ass. They took his fuck ass to jail. But people here are not sick. When I first got off the plane and it was a line going down the opposite way of me that I was supposed to get in, it was a person directing people to get in the line based on how much space was between the last person and the person coming up. they take this shit serious. Like in the grocery stores, they got a whole section where the carts are sanitized or not sanitized, and so the culture around here is that a lot of people are comfortable with being places with other people. You know, um, so I'm really confident that if I met somebody on a dating app, you know, when we got to the restaurant, I'll be comfortable with taking my mask off in front of them and, you know, doing our thing because the positivity rate keep going up and going up and going up. You know, for Hawaii, uh, that's different on the mainland, and so y'all got to be careful with that shit. Imagine how mad you'll be if you got a text from somebody you met one time that you had met 2 weeks ago and that you got coronavirus from that motherfucker because you went out to eat dinner with them and they text you and be like, hey, I tested positive for coronavirus. You might need to go get a test for corona, cuz. And then you test positive. Bro, you know how mad you'll be about that shit? You're gonna be like, my dumb ass done went out with this dumb ass motherfucker. You it's gonna fuck up the relationship. Period. You know? Just like if I got coronavirus from a client, you know what I'm saying? That our therapeutic relationship is fucked up. Now, I'm gonna have to refer that client out because I'm just gonna be looking at them. You tried to kill me, bitch. Didn't even know it. I'm gonna have that thought in my head while I'm trying to figure out how to help this person have a better life. I don't give a fuck about your better life.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So I think, but I mean, relationship during the pandemic, that's another one, you know, because I got a partner that like going to parties and like going to gatherings and shit. And she come home and lay next to me, and I don't know if I don't know what day she gonna come home and kiss me with fucking Corona lips. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't know it, but we gonna be in this bitch Corona'd up, goddamn. You know, so that's hard too, you know, especially if you got a partner that, you know, well, like I said, it is Hawaii, but it's still people over here that's getting COVID. And it's people coming into town. We don't know if we sit next to somebody who tried to pay somebody off to goddamn be able to be over here. We don't know. You know, we don't know. So y'all gotta be careful out here with these relationships during the pandemic. They saying now you need to wear 2 masks.
Look.
They say wear one of the N95 masks and a cotton mask over it, and that'll, you know, help you. You know, but why is a year later that they saying this shit? Don't they got the same test? Somebody a year later was like, hey, why don't we try another mask?
Double it up.
Yeah, let's put this on. Oh my God, less options for what is it? What I'm trying to say?
Transmittal.
Boy, I wanted to say transfusion. I wanted to say transsexual. Why can't I figure out the word transmission right then? God damn. Anyway. Why did it take that long, man? Why did it take that long? But I guess you could have, you know, if you're just looking for a hookup, you can have some mask sex. I'm sure somebody's into that.
Wouldn't it be hard to breathe? I don't know.
Yeah, of course it'd be hard to breathe, but it'd be easier to survive. Or just doggy style, hit it from the back, no kissing.
I don't know. What I've learned about myself in the pandemic is that I don't really know what my perspective is on relationships in general. I know what I thought my perspective was, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Why is that?
Because I have always, like, one of the things that I've always, like, complained about is not having somebody or not, you know, being involved with somebody. And I'm realizing that when the opportunity comes up, it kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety. So I'm trying to figure that out. Why I get, you know, I might have commitment issues. I don't know.
I told you just go ahead and be solo poly.
I see, but I'm selfish, so that's not gonna work.
You're not selfish.
Yes, I am.
No, you're
When it
not.
when it comes to the attentions of the person that I'm with, I'm selfish as fuck. Like, no,
You
no.
get multiple attentions from multiple people.
What do you mean?
You still get the attention. You just get them from different places.
Yeah, but they gonna be getting it from different places too.
You don't care.
I do care.
Why do you care?
I don't know. I just do.
You got commitment issues. This will work for you.
Maybe I don't have commitment issues. Then. I don't
Well,
know what the fuck it is.
either way, I'm interested in who on here thinks that they could be a part of a non-monogamous relationship. If you're listening to the show and you feel like writing in a letter, tell us about how you feel about like non-monogamy, like not having to be with one person, having the option of being with multiple people, outside of just your main person or just generally multiple people anyway. Because this shit is a learning curve, y'all. When coming from monogamy exclusively to this is way different.
It sounds tiresome. Like, I hate dating one person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate just the dynamics of it and like all of the shit that comes. I just, it doesn't appeal to me to be doing this across multiple people. Like, that shit just sounds tiresome. Like, I just sound like it just sounds like I would be very unhappy with that. Because I don't even want to do it on a one-on-one. Like, ugh, like having multiple people you got to talk to and shit, and they want to see you and hang out, and it's too much.
It don't even have to be the way that you're saying it is. I mean, it can literally just be however you create the dynamic. If you only want 2 days out the week where you fuck with people, then you can fuck with people 2 days out the week. And all it says is that look, you don't owe this one person all that shit exclusively. And that person at the point that you're at is okay with it. This person is like, she might talk to some other people and do some other thing, but when I have my time with her, that's all I'm concerned with at the moment. You know, or you could create a situation where, yeah, you got a person that you talk to every day and chill with most of the time, and they just might not be enough. I don't know. I do think you have to be wired for this shit, though.
And I'm not. I don't think I am. You know me. You think I'm wired for that?
I don't know. You just tell me you don't know about yourself in relationships now. So I don't know what. You could be anything. You could be deeply conditioned about a lot of shit, and you trying to figure that shit out. I'm just having hope. I really just want to know somebody else that get into this shit. Hurry up and let me know so we can talk, fucker. Hell. Hit me up. This shit different. Anyway.
Okay. Thank you, Nikki. That was the last part from her thing, wasn't it?
Yep, we dedicated an hour to that segment, and it was entertaining, and I appreciate you for that. I like when people say, "Hey, talk about this shit now." I like that.
Let me find a good.
Talk about this before I get mad. Talk about it. Okay.
Let's see. I thought I saved some really good ones, but this shit would drive me crazy. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Is it long? It's not long. This is a 27-year-old man and his 31-year-old girlfriend. The title of it is "My girlfriend texts me everything she does during a day: shower, cooking, naps, meetings, phone calls, shopping, etc., and it is wearing me down." That would drive me crazy. Why the fuck are you telling me that you're finna take a shower? Just go take the shower, bitch. Hello. I've heard of needy girlfriends and the likes, and my girlfriend doesn't really fit in that category. She is loving, supporting, really tries to make me happy, and lets me do what I want for hobbies and friends. However, I am a very independent person. I will go and work on projects for hours at a time without looking at my phone. Her, on the other hand, texts me constantly telling me she is making her lunch or has a work meeting from X to Y hours or is watching a movie, taking a shower, taking a nap, writing her reports, etc. This is every day, nonstop. I feel like she expects me to react to her texts every time, but after about 1.5 years, it is starting to wear me down. It began to feel very bland, like a chore to always robotically reply and send a happy emoji or something along those lines. I really hate that I'm beginning to feel this way because she's a wonderful person, but I can't control it. It is too much for me. She also pushed me into texting her some of the things I do. Since I am reluctant to have, what the hell is, since I am reluctant to text her my schedule every day, and I told her about this, she began noticing my living patterns instead and text me things like enjoying your supper around supper time, looking to confirm what I am doing. This is the same for showers, exercise, homework, cooking. I'm a cook at a restaurant. Am I selfish and not realizing how simple it is, or is there some truth to my worn out feeling? Yo, that's a lot.
So he basically got to respond to her text messages every time she send him confirming whatever the fuck he doing.
Or she wants him to. And she also wants him to respond to the text she sends him about what she's doing. Like, but what you say to that? I'm about to take a shower. Okay. What the fuck? What response are you looking for from that? I'm writing my reports. Okay. Like, I'm already bad at like responding to shit anyway, because I'll look at something and be like, oh, I'll respond in a minute, and it never happened. So you continuously texting me all day, the mundane ass shit that you doing? No. I can't do it. That will wear me down for sure. And he's saying she not needed, but why the fuck? What is this? Why? Why the need to like share?
I think people look at neediness in terms of what I physically need you to do.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I physically need you to do these things. I think that's what people see as needy. Emotional shit. You know what I'm saying? This just, in his world, this is just texting. That's why he asked me the question. This is just text. It's just, okay, yeah, in the shower. Okay, thanks. Oh, snap. This is what you're doing? Okay, well, I mean, I don't know, man.
Every day, though? Every fucking day? Like, nah, bruh. No, that's crazy. Every day? Why do you need to let me know these things? Like, what is it? No. There is no way that I will be texting somebody every time I do something and have the expectation that they respond. Because again, it's like, what is even the appropriate response? What response are you looking for when you send me something like, I'm about to eat dinner? Enjoy, I guess. Like, the fuck? Like, I could see if it was something specific, like, that was outside of the regular day. Like, I'm about to go have dinner with some friends. Okay. Oh, who you going out with? That's the conversation. The fact that you just about to eat lunch, dinner, breakfast, I don't give a fuck about that. Why are you sending me that? What? That would wear me out. I couldn't do it. We would have to have a conversation, and I would have to be like, listen, okay, what is it that you're getting out of these text messages so that we can find another way to get you that thing without it being this way? So, like, what is it? We can figure something out.
I wonder how she communicated it to him. You know, like at the very beginning, that she set out a template and said, hey, this is when I need you to reply for me? Or is it just that when he don't reply, he deal with a tantrum or some shit? Like she throw a fit.
He had an edit to it. Let me see what the edit say. To anyone who reads this in the future in a similar scenario, here is what I did. I spent a good while talking with her. I cleared up why she wanted to text often, how she had been in past relationships, etc. We came to an agreement that sending these types of messages will be without expecting a reply. That goes both ways. We reach out and talk for 15 minutes during lunch break and save time to fully enjoy ourselves at supper time talking about our day. It was a great conversation and we were joking by the end of it and laughing. She is even excited for the new plan since we'll talk on the phone at lunch. We will try it out. she is happy and I am happy. All is good. Good luck and enjoy yourselves. Thanks for everyone's replies. They really help. See, that's what I would say. I wouldn't just like flip out on him, but we're gonna have to have a conversation. Like, what is it that you're getting out of this? So whatever that thing is, let's find another way for you to get that. Because this way is driving me crazy. So I still want to provide whatever need this is that you have, but we got to figure out another way because this ain't it. This ain't it. We can't do it this way. It's driving me crazy. So I'm glad they were able to. That's communication is key. You got to be able to communicate with the person that you with, and you got to be able sometimes to take criticism. And a lot of people are not. Like, she had to be okay with the fact that he was like, you know what, this texting stuff is driving me crazy. But he wasn't just saying, let's stop doing it. He's like, let's figure something else out. What is it that you need? And how can we get you that need met without it being this way? Because this is a lot. It's a lot. Can't do it.
Damn merch.
Hell yeah.
Too damn merch.
Even when I was younger, like, I know I done got older. And so my level of my capacity to give fucks is real short. But even when I was younger, like, that kind of shit would have drove me crazy. I ain't never been that girl. I've never been that girl that need to be in constant contact with you. Like, I've never been her. That's never been who I am. I've always appreciated my space and my independence, even when, I was head over heels. We ain't gotta talk all the time though. Like, it's not necessary. We can talk about if I didn't heard about your day all goddamn day, when we finally do get together, what we gonna talk about? I already know everything. We've been talking all fucking day. It's too much. Okay, and then I'll do this one since it's a mental illness based one, and then we can move on. Unless you have one. You have one that you want to read?
Yep.
We can go ahead and read yours then.
It's a really short one.
That means it's chock full of bullshit if you chose it.
It's not.
Okay.
It's just deeply, deeply, deeply preposterous, and I wanted to see what you wanted to say about it.
Okay.
This is a 26-year-old woman talking about her 28-year-old boyfriend.
Okay.
My boyfriend is visiting another girl's island a lot in Animal Crossing. Is this cheating? Like every day, and I customized a nice hat for him, but I've never seen him wearing it. But I noticed he had a new hat today, and he said one of his friends made it for him. That is it.
He is visiting another girl's island on Animal Crossing, and her question is he cheating?
He may be cheating. It's not because he's going to her island. It's because he's going to her house and fuck her, but he goes to her island while they playing the game.
I just say I made him a habit. Like, is it that's okay? I don't get Animal Crossing. I've seen it and I've heard people talk about it. Nothing that I've heard about it makes me want to get it because it just don't seem appealing to me. Even though it kind of seems sim-like and that you're building up an island and stuff, it just don't appeal to me. So, but like, is it that deep? Is Animal Crossing really that deep? That made me even more.
Like, imagine The Sims, where you created your world, but you can invite people who you know into your world and can do the things that you do in your neighborhood.
Okay.
And they got a neighborhood and they can invite you to their neighborhood. Now imagine you're in a relationship and your girlfriend got a neighborhood and you got a neighborhood, but you never go to your girlfriend neighborhood. You go to your boyfriend go to this other girl neighborhood all the time.
You gave me a whole girlfriend. Oh, who cares? It's a fucking video game. When he going to her neighborhood, this nigga sitting right here beside me doing this shit. Like, it's a game. Like, what? And I probably wouldn't want him to come to my neighborhood anyway. That's my shit. Like, we live together. We share that shit. Let me have my virtual world. I wouldn't even care. Like, what? I don't understand. I'm so confused as to why this is bothering her so much and why she would equate this to cheating. Like, and I know cheating don't have to be actual fucking, okay? People emotionally get emotional attachments, and sometimes that could be even worse. I get that. But visiting somebody's Animal Crossing island,
Maybe your
girl.
hat was just trash. Maybe it's just a horrible hat. This ain't real life. This ain't a situation where it's like you gave your partner a gift and you kind of gotta wear it and gotta use it because it's the cordial thing to do. They did something nice for you and you should exchange their niceness by wearing this dumbass looking shit. You ain't gotta do that in video games. You didn't buy that hat, or maybe you did. I don't know. Do you have to buy hats and shit to make hats, or is it
I
like a
don't, yeah,
Photoshop type thing where you can make anything you want? I don't know. I don't know, but
I don't
I'm
believe
saying
it.
that this ain't cheating, but what we don't know about this situation is whether they live together or if this is just exclusively an online relationship. What if they only have a long distance relationship? You know,
Well, then if she don't need to be in a long distance relationship. If this is the kind of thing that she constitutes as cheating and she gets upset about, she probably needs somebody she can see in person. Because she's putting way, way, way too much into the mechanics of this game and gaming in general. Like that
who
is
she
ridiculous.
who she need to see in person is a therapist. She need to talk to somebody about reality. Like she is getting caught up in a fantasy world and is asking questions related to reality based on the fantasy stuff.
Is he
I
cheating?
mean,
Is this cheating?
if
What?
he is cheating on you, this ain't why. So this is not cheating.
Ah,
This is a
no.
man playing a game with a
Yeah.
with a girl. That
And her
girl might
island
he
might be
might never see her
fire as
tomorrow.
fuck. Her island might be fire as fuck. Maybe that's why he going over there. Maybe she done built her shit up so amazing that anybody would want to visit the shit. It's a game. Don't understand. Don't understand.
So I don't like these like TikTok relationship trends where they do just random shit to see how their partner react.
Oh yeah.
But there's a trend on TikTok where one of the partners would be on the game acting like they having a conversation with the other sex. And there was one dude that was like, "Hey, yeah, you know, do you I ain't know girls play that game. Oh, you playing good, blah blah blah." And then it'll show the girlfriend like poke her head up like, hmm? And then one dude was like, "Yeah, what's your IG?" This girl threw a pillow at him and got up and started running over there and hitting him and stuff. And people in the comments was like, "If it ain't like this, I don't want it." Like,
What?
why not? Like, why is that the case? Why are you this way? You want abuse?
Mm-mm.
Listen, either you trust your partner or you don't.
Yeah.
And asking them to not asking them, but expecting them to deal with your abuse without like inquiring. Like walk up to them and be like, "Hey, what you finna ask somebody from the game on your Instagram?" Now that shows all kind of insecurities and jealousy and shit. But at least it ain't beating them motherfucker up because of that shit. Like, don't accept that in your relationship, people. You
So
deserve more. Not much more, but you deserve more than that.
not much more.
You deserve more than abuse. No abuse. But I understand why somebody would want to hit you. But they shouldn't.
Don't
And if they do, you shouldn't accept it. You need help.
I
But
cannot.
this woman needs help. She need to talk to somebody.
She does, because that's crazy.
Reality.
That is beyond, you know.
And she need to learn how to make better hats.
There might not be nothing wrong with her hat. Maybe he
Or it
just
might be
ain't got
super
time.
garbage.
It could be. It could be. We don't know. I don't know. Um, but yeah, we can get into the news. So if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist, and send it to us that way. You want to start or you want me to start?
You to start.
Tory Lanez. I don't know if y'all seen the video of Tory Lanez. He was in like this some kind of like basketball tournament thing, and so I guess a year or two ago he got like hair plugs because he was balding, and it looks like the hair plugs, it's time. I guess you have to get them redone. I don't know how long they last for. However, his in the middle of his head was like a desert.
It was like Moses parting the Red Sea on this nigga hairline.
And what was sad is that like people were trying to take up for him and saying that, oh, that's old. That was before the hair plug. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That was a current picture. So then he goes and gets that shoe polish shit put on his head and do a video showing like his head. And you could, because now I've seen the desert in the middle of your head, my eye go right to that, and I can still tell you got that desert.
He does. Even with the short haircut, you can see that shit.
Yes.
This is the thing though. When he got longer hair, you can see that he got like some kind of waves. And the thing about his hairstyle is if you put enough grease in it and comb it forward, it essentially become a black comb over. But in order for that shit to be maintained, you gotta wet that shit up, man. You gotta have some grease in that shit at all times.
It was so dry.
Yeah, it was dry as hell. It looked like that shit finna catch on fire in the sun. You can't let that shit happen, man. He went there with his shit like that. And maybe this is the subsequent effect of having a case on your ass for murder for somebody who's still twerking in their videos. Like, if I'm gonna go to jail for attempted murder, at least don't be able. At least I wish this motherfucker ain't be able to work.
And she with Partisan Fontaine now.
Partisan Fontaine.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know that. Why you tell me that?
What? Do you know who Partisan Fontaine is?
Hell no.
He a rapper, and I think he does more than just rap. The only song by him I know, and somebody sent it to me because they said that it reminded them of me, is "Backing It Up." He had a song with Cardi B called "Backing It Up." That's the only Partisan Fontaine song I know.
Oh, that dude.
That dude. Partisan fine as fuck. I saw that and I was like, okay, Meg. All right. I see you. Yeah. She's with Partisan now. But yeah, Tory, look, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I know what it is like for a man to go bald, okay? Because I don't know. I still have hair. I'm not bald, and I probably won't, because my family on both sides, my dad still got a head full of hair. So I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I don't know, or that I know what it feels like to like realize that shit is happening. However, this ain't the move. Just go bald. Bald is in. Bald with beard, that shit is amazing. Just be bald with a beard. You can rock that shit all day long.
That's not what it's about.
Okay.
It's not about baldness being in. And maybe you will be surprised to know this, and maybe you won't even be able to understand it. But men have a very, very strong connection to their hair.
Really?
The men that care about their hair like that have a very, very strong connection to their hair. Yes. I mean, you spend years of your life carrying a brush around, brushing your hair all the time, making sure you got your waves, making sure your lineup is straight, building relationships with barbers. Motherfuckers' identities are tied into their hair. You know what I'm saying? And where is he from? Like New York?
I don't think he's from. Right now, hold on. I don't think he's from New York. He don't give me that New York nigga. Let me see.
His man from Brampton, Canada.
He Canadian? Fuck out of here. What? Hell no. Did not know that.
So under under what people ask, it says it's Tory Lanez from New York. So he did spend part of his early life in New York, in Miami,
New York nigga
and
vibe.
Atlanta. I don't know what it's like in Ontario, goddamn, or Montreal, or Canada in general, but I know in major cities like Miami, Atlanta, like, there's a strong haircut culture. Even just going to the barber shop, like there's this dude that I used to work with, and clearly you could see me balding at the point that I was balding, and he was balding too. He came and he said, "Eddie, what we gonna do?" I thought, what? Like about our hair? I said, "Well, I'm shaving the shit off." Well, I mean, I don't know what the hell you. I don't know what you gonna do. Like he was in a midlife crisis with that shit. You know, this is what people do who hatfish. They identity so deeply tied into their hair that when they start losing their hair, they lose confidence in themselves, and they gotta hide it and cover it up. I mean, to the point
cute
that
as fuck with them hats on.
Tory Lanez let them pull hair out of his booty cheeks so he can get his hairline back.
Is that how that works?
I mean, they say they pull it from your back thigh, but how you know that the back thigh ain't in between the booty cheeks? I think it might be the case. LeBron James.
So now it makes me want to is it something that you have to get touched up? Like, how long does it last? Because obviously his shit is falling out. Because like that shit look just tragic. Like, if y'all haven't seen that picture, actually you can see it in motion because there's a video of him playing basketball. Go check that shit out. It is just sad.
Just put
especially because he got money. It's especially because he got money. You got money, your hair look like that. Just
put in Tory Lanez's hairline, okay? You're going to see him with a low cut where you can see the mountain range where the hair is gone. Then you're gonna see him with a fade where he got a whole bunch of hair on top, it looked like, but that fade is really just throwing off the fact that he got this comb over shit going. Then you're gonna see him homeless with a little bald headed little spot in the middle, looking like Papoose shit. I don't know if you didn't see Papoose hairline, but you know what Papoose can get.
Why he wear them hats. Yeah.
Exactly. That's a hat fishing motherfucker. You know, but he don't got a hatfish now because he got a whole boo out here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and Remy Ma, and they seem to be a good, happy couple. So, but you gonna see a whole wide range of all kind of shit that Tory Lanez got going on with his hair. All right. And
hold
on. What?
I want to know how tall he is because I saw that video. And he is 5'3". Damn. That's a shame.
5'3". Why is it a shame?
Because then that just means because you shorter than the average, so that means that people that's just walking beside you can always see the top of your head. Like, you don't even gotta go out your way to like see that shit. Like, you just look over because he's so short, you gonna see the top of his head.
Get a case put on you if you want to. See what happens.
That what?
Get a case put on you. You gonna let yourself go.
I know, but like not like that. I hope. Well, and because when people started roasting him, he immediately went and got it fixed. Immediately went and got kind of fixed. Like I said,
which means he always had the capability of getting it fixed. He just never had the desire. So
them niggas was roasting him in these streets. He had to go do something because he became a meme. Tony Baker did a voiceover where he was just singing this sad song over the picture. Talk about times is hard. Oh man, that did my spirit good. When I saw that, this shit just made me laugh. And like I said, people could try to like, oh no, that's an old picture. No, that's him today.
You remember on Home Alone 2 where he had the blowtorch set up and it burnt the top of that motherfucking head? He looked like that shit.
It did.
He got the middle of his shit burnt up like and then this is what you got left over.
Just the hair
Burnt
around
out all of that goddamn product. Yeah. That's what happened. You got to put too much product in the middle of your head to keep that hair down, and now it's flammable.
That shit looked
highly flammable.
It was sad. It was sad for him. Whew, but that's all I got on tour. I just wanted to mention that shit because it gave me a good hearty laugh this week.
All right. Hold on a second. Let me look something up.
Well, let me see if I had anything else while you're doing that.
No, there's a gentleman named Rafael Edward Cruz that we know more commonly as, I'm going to add something to his name, Fuckboy Ted Cruz, with his Mexican ass, acting like he a white man. He looked like a white man until it's convenient for him to be Mexican, okay? He went to Harvard Law School. He's a smart motherfucker. But you know what? Sometimes you can be smart at the wrong shit. And he is like Donald Trump, smart at deception and bullshit. So what Ted Cruz did is Texas is going through some hardcore shit that they are not prepared for.
Nope.
Their weather there is freezing Texas over. And I got friends in Texas. And what they've been doing is this thing called rolling blackouts. Now, rolling blackouts are something that they do when they don't want the electrical grid to be overloaded by everybody in the city. And because a serious storm came by, everybody was running their heat on super high. Mm-hmm. And so they started doing these rolling blackouts because it's not enough electricity to cover all of that shit. You know, when the weather is regular, you got a combination of people who is fine in the cool and they let their windows down and shit. They don't turn on their unit. You got some people that run their unit all the time, but it's like a combination enough where you don't have this kind of major disaster. Now, what happened was Ted Cruz said, hey, well, let me tell you what he told us. He said his daughter was going on a trip to Cancun, and him being a good father he wanted to get on the plane, fly to Cancun, and spend some time with his daughter before he came back. Right? Which it sounds like bullshit. Who gets on a plane to Mexico to fly with their daughter just to make sure that, like, that's some shit you do if you drive her to school an hour and a half away. That ain't some shit you do if your child is going on a vacation to another country. Motherfucker, you gotta have a passport which you're, you know, in the Senate in the Senate. So yeah, you do have that. But what it turns out is that, you know, friends, how many of us fucking have them? His wife's friends ended up releasing text messages that indicated that they planned all this shit. So first he said, hey, this was an impromptu trip. Second, this trip is for my daughters, went to Cancun. I was just going to check up on them. And then it turned to text messages from his wife to her friends who turned this shit into the news outlets that they was trying to find somewhere to go through all this bullshit. And the internet started roasting Ted Cruz probably before he stepped on the ground. Like, he got off the plane to Ted Cruz, why are you betraying Texas, bitch? You know, and then he had to be like, what are y'all talking about? It's like, you left your state of Texas to come to Cancun. And that's when he started creating all these preposterous stories. But the reality is, he didn't want to deal with the shit in his state that the people are dealing with. And he has the privilege to leave the state because he got the financial means to do so, and he used police resources in Texas to help him get to the airport. And it's like, it's just crazy that he didn't have the foresight to know that people would perceive this move in a problematic way.
Yeah,
it's wild to me, you know. So he came back, and then he went to go get some photo ops of him helping put shit in people's trunks and shit. You know, a part of me is like, what can he really do? I mean, he can't write legislation, but outside of that, let me just get into the issue with our electrical grid in our country.
Well,
Right now,
before can
oh, go ahead.
so before you get into that, because this goes along with this story. Um, a Texas, Colorado City, Texas mayor. Did you see this Facebook post he put up?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna read the post because what you're about to talk about with the grid and how that's impacting the people there directly goes into what the foolishness that he said. Um, and this is their mayor. He's resigned now, so I guess he's not no longer the mayor, but he was the mayor. And he put this on Facebook. He said, "Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute. No one owes you or your family anything, nor is the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. Sink or swim is your choice. The city and county, along with the power providers or any other service, owes you nothing. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you deal without and think outside of the box to survive and supply water to your family. If you are sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy, I guess this is supposed to be as direct. That is a, he put lazy is direct result of your raising. Only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of a socialist government where they feed people to believe that few will work and others will become dependent for handouts. Am I sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water? Yes. But I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. You have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mash them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying and looking for a handout. Get off your ass and take care of your own family. Bottom line, don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution.
What is your job then, motherfucker? He said that the government, the power, nobody owes you shit.
No. No.
Nobody owes you shit.
I mean,
This
I've had his
motherfucker
power
had to
bill.
resign from this shit. They
What?
got his ass.
Oh yeah, he
He resigned from this shit. They got his ass.
to.
Like,
He
how do you sign up to be a person that tends to the people and then come out and tell the people that I ain't doing shit for you? It seems to be that this is what the Republicans want. Like, they really tend so much and so deeply to business that the people are an unintended innocent bystander in this situation of what they beliefs seem to be.
Because with rolling blackouts, like what is it? What is it that you expect them to do? Exactly. Like what is it that you think that they should be doing that they're not doing, sir? I'm lost. With the way that the power grid is set up, like what handout?
They about to goddamn pull a kick though. These motherfuckers are a family member's death away from kicking in the house of these government people.
Yeah.
But clearly you got water, sir. Clearly you got power, sir.
Yep.
You're going to invite us to your house to have some fucking heat. This is what you're going to do. Or we're going to come and go take your goddamn heat. Take your water. And those of us who into it, take your ass. Not everybody's into that, but those who are,
so much.
Have yourself a helping.
Not that. Normally, I know where you're going, and that was a surprise.
It's crazy because, like, this is the issue. This is the issue across the United States. Electricity has been privatized, right? So, because electricity has been privatized, the grids in our country are rated at like a D minus. Like our electrical system in America is rated at a D minus. The main reason is because they were made to last for about 50 or 60 years, and that was 20 years ago. That 50 to 60 years went up about 20 years ago. Now my numbers might be a bit off, but the essence of what I'm saying is that our system is vastly outdated. Now herein lies the problem with privatization. Now, earlier I said that it seems like Republicans allow individuals to be, innocent bystanders for their business aspirations. And I just think that individualized liberty, where the individual rights are more important than anything, is just a way to say that you need to do everything by yourself. And there is some inherent value or something better about you if you do everything by yourself versus people who look for handouts and want shit to come to them easily. So going back to the privatization of this system, what it does is it um it creates a system where they only fix shit when they have to, because there's money in not fixing up a system. So when you fix up the system, then you're spending money that you otherwise wouldn't spend, and that's a problem with privatization of the electric system. Hopefully, this makes America look at how vulnerable all of these different places are, and force these companies that are privatizing them to upgrade them to make sure that this shit don't happen, or to maybe even make electricity a government facility or agency, which nobody wants because motherfuckers don't like government running shit because it costs more money than they have to when the government do it. But we can't have no situation like Texas, man.
No,
Where they're telling people to boil snow in order to have water. And you got to have power to boil the snow. Or know how to set up a fucking fire, which when you go to the damn place, everybody bought up all the candles and all the everything that you would use to make fires.
Mm-hmm.
So it's limited. So how are you going to figure out how to fix a system when the system is created to be this way? And so it's just a lot of energy has to go into changing that system for that.
These folks just that mayor, I saw that shit and I was like, what? Like, you really? So what? I don't know what he thinks that his position is as mayor of that city is. Like, what is his job responsibilities as a mayor then? Like, what does he think his job responsibility
to be resigned? That's his job at this point. Like, it don't matter what he believe his job is. It don't matter what they are considering his job is right now. He clearly don't have an eye for the people. He clearly not interested in helping the people. And so this is what it is.
Terrible.
Yeah.
El Terrible. Did you have anything else?
So on this, nah. So once people started getting their energy bills in the mail, they started being for like $10,000.
God damn.
Yeah. They started to be up there in the cost.
Wow.
And so that's another part of the issue. Like, now that people have been struggling, having no electricity, and it's mainly because the way that the system is created, it bases it off of how much electricity you use. So all of these people that were using all this electricity, end up getting $10,000 bills when they actually got they noticed of how much it was going to cost for them to have been running this electricity. That's just how the system worked, clearly. But why am I getting charged this much for a system that didn't even inherently work?
Yeah.
It didn't even work. We had to boil water and we almost died for this to happen like this.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah. So, if that's just the indicator that the system is deeply broken, flawed, and you need to figure out what to do with it. And yeah.
This is an older story too, but did you see the video of the people having the business meeting and the man, they were on Zoom and he couldn't get the cat filter on?
Oh yeah, the lawyer.
And he was like, I mean, I'm not a cat, sir. I think they I think they're aware that you're not a cat. I don't even know why would you have been fooling around with those filters. I don't even know how to do that, how to turn yourself into but he couldn't get it off, and that just it's just I guess one of those things of where we are now in the world with COVID and everybody having to do social distancing, and we're using technology and cameras and doing Zoom, and we use Microsoft Teams at my job. Like, we don't have meetings and stuff in person anymore. Everybody just get on Teams. Um, so I guess that's just the people who would do like the people that will fuck up a meeting anyway in person. I guess this is just their way of finding to fuck up a Zoom meeting. Like, he probably would have been somebody that would have came tripping in the room or knocked some shit on the table while somebody was talking. Or like, he probably was that guy anyway. And this is just the Zoom version of that. Him getting a cat filter stuck on himself so that nobody can take him seriously because it's a little kitten talking about this case.
Okay. But problem for him, which is named Rod Ponton, is that he has a whole fucked up ass past.
Oh my God.
So don't fuck around and go viral without understanding that people might be looking at your past. I'm thinking that there's some old lawyer who grandkids changed the field tone and they're like, granddaddy gonna be a cat next time he get on the Zoom. He ain't even gonna know how to change the shit. But it says the lawyer who appeared on Zoom as an adorable kitten once got a search warrant for an ex-lover's smoke shop that led to a violent police raid. And this ain't the first thing he did. Yeah, they like it was a journalist that investigated all of this shit, and he came out and told all this shit. It's basically like a whole bunch of problematic stuff. Basically, he had a sex partner that shit went bad, I guess, that owned a smoke shop, and he ended up getting a warrant on that smoke shop for no reason, just because of the failed relationship, and got her and her mama and sister arrested, and all of these different things. And she pled guilty to first-degree felony manufacturing and possession of a controlled substance, even though the substances in question, which were chemicals found in packets from an earlier raid in 2012, weren't illegal in Texas at the time.
Wow.
So it's like, it just pointed out how he used the power that he had inappropriately. And all that came to light by being viral. Now, I don't know what's going to happen to him. He's a prosecutor in the city. Probably nothing, but, it is what it is.
Wow. You got to be careful about going viral, man. People be wanting to find out more about these people when you go viral. So if you got shit that you don't want people to know, might want to avoid that if you can. I'm sure he didn't expect to go viral because of the cat thing, but he did.
I
don't think I had.
You got anything else?
No, I don't.
Okay. Judas and the Black Messiah. Have you heard of that?
Yes. I haven't watched it, but I heard
American Skin.
So what?
American Skin.
No.
It's Nate Parker's new movie. Which, I mean, I wasn't really deeply looking forward to watching anything with Nate Parker in it because of his problematic past with sexual assault. But this is a situation where somebody invited me and my partner to a house to watch a movie, and this is what was playing. So what do you really say? Do you be like, oh, I can't watch this because, I mean, I guess you should or could, but anyway, watched it. It was a pretty good movie. I hate to say this was a good movie. It's like if somebody that you think is problematic put out a new hit and you be like, well, the song is good, but the person is trash. I don't. Whatever. But Judas and the Black Messiah is the story of Fred Hampton, which was basically a young and upcoming, very charismatic Black Panther that was trying to get the community together, even white people, the poor white people, trying to get them on the side of the Black Panthers to show what the police and the government are doing to them. So it's a heavy movie if you don't know nothing about Fred Hampton. If you don't know nothing about Fred Hampton, it's a heavy movie. If you know something about Fred Hampton, then you pretty much know what the deal is. Just giving everybody a heads up for anybody who gets ready to watch that movie. It's a good movie, good informative movie, and the characters play their roles very well. And again, it's really crazy to see people playing these American roles, but when you hear them in interview, they have British accents that deep, like Daniel Kaluuya.
Yep. He got a heavy ass accent, but he does very good playing American roles. We're easy to emulate because we sound like trash when we try to talk like them, but they can emulate our ass very easily.
Yeah, we try to emulate them. We bring out that old Cockney. We done had this conversation before.
Yes, we have.
Oh, British I am. I'm the new chimney sweep. Let's, we be on that shit. That's like a very specific bullshit ass version of British speak, but like it is very offensive to the entire language. It's kind of like white people coming up to us when we know the Queen's English, talking some Ebonics hood, whatever they interpret the shit that they're saying.
Yes. What's up,
the way
sister?
They say. Yeah.
How's it going, girl? Like, get the fuck out of my face.
Like, what's up, bro? And put up a pound. Like, they don't know what to do with it, so they got it up like a fist, like they finna fight. But it's like, what up, bro? It's like, bro, if you don't know how to do daps, just leave daps the fuck out of this, okay? Leave that to us, all right? We don't need this from you right now.
No, we don't.
And that's like our version. But like House Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie is Australian. Didn't know that.
Wait a minute. He's Australian?
I think
That man ain't Australian. He's British.
Is he British?
Yes.
They be sounding alike to me sometimes. Yeah, he's English. I don't know why I thought he was from Australia.
Yeah.
Either way.
He was basically saying that Americans have the luxury of never having to watch British TV because British TV is not quite available over there, but they have the luxury of watching all American TV. And so they grow up listening to us talking from little young ages. So yeah, all of them can just talk like us. But here we are. Our reference to talking like them is Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
So it's most unfortunate. which brings up the argument of how British actors get a lot of American jobs. And Samuel L. Jackson came out and was like, it's because they are cheaper and they can do what we do for cheaper. That's just what it is. I guess until they get notoriety like Hugh Laurie or Daniel Kaluuya or Idris Elba.
Oh, Idris.
Yeah. You'll be swooning over this man like that. Having them disgusting thoughts. That is terrible.
All I said was, oh, Idris. That's all I said. Nothing more, nothing.
Acting like that don't got no context, huh?
It's just Idris Elba, though.
It's ridiculous. Man might be smoking crack right now.
He might be, but I don't know it. Can't go off of might be's, Don't know it.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's how you feel. But anyway, you got anything else?
Nope.
That's it.
Mhm.
All right. Well, until we kind of next conversation,
We out.
holla.